Hello everyone and welcome to the Trade Ideas Live Trading Room Recap for Wednesday, January the 3rd. My name is Barry Anderson, moderator of your trading room. Any questions for me, you can use this email address, and this is a link to get into our free room. You do not have to be a member of Trade Ideas to participate in our room. This is a link for a subscription, and I typically open the room at about 9 o'clock Eastern Time. That's when I start to share my screen, and I get live on the mic 5 minutes later, 9:05. I go to 3:30 most days, except for Friday until 3 o'clock. All right, wow, another exciting day. So, again, I'm doing things that I didn't typically do, a year or two ago. I'm getting way more involved in taking some pre-market trades. TM was one. Now, TM had some news in the pre-market. Again, I sometimes read these things with a wondering if it's. I don't mean is it really true, but how much impact is it really going to have? So, and will it actually come to fruition? The news was that they had something like $143 million in contracts over the next 3 years as a backlog. So anyway, doesn't really matter what I think. This is what the market thought. Look at the market just took off on this one. Did something I don't normally do. Normally I wait for the break of the whole number. This time I took it just underneath at 299, and it had a quick pop up to this area here. I took some off at 322, and then on the way down I basically got out flat. Now it's moving again. It is moving again. Could be interesting later on, but that was a quick play for me. That kind of set the tone for me in the morning. Now here is my star. Now, again, not everybody's cup of tea. I say that a lot because this is an OTC, a pink sheet stock. Sometimes it's difficult to get a fill. Sometimes it's difficult to get out. I know I had to wait on this one for a while to get a fill. This is, of course, the pot stocks are just absolutely exploding. And one of the things that I was, where is it? Oh man, I don't think I have it here. I can't remember what the symbol is. Well, anyway. I think a guy by the name of Tim came into the room, and I think it is, sorry, I just cannot remember the name of it. Starts with an A. I'd have to go, it's somewhere here. I'd have to sort of pause this. It doesn't really matter. This was a cannabis stock that went from about $5 to $11, and it was just accelerating in the pre-market. And he mentioned it yesterday at around $8, and I didn't take it. And so today I was bound and determined that I was going to get into one of these. So this one was holding its own in the pre-market, really doing nothing, and then had a little pop here. And so I ended up taking this one at 886. Now, as I say, it was a little bit tough to get a fill. With these OTC stocks, it's not like normal stocks in that, generally speaking, as long as you go in at the ask, you'll get a fill right away. You can sit there for a while in an OTC stock before you'll get filled. Anyway, bottom line is I was lucky I got in here at 886, and look what it did. I mean, it got all the way up to 1050. Of course, I did sell some along the way. My highest sell was at 1025, right up here, and I still own it. I'm still owning it. I withstood all this because I had sold some in this area and up here. And I still own it. See if it's going to take out 10 later on. So, this is really, really interesting what's happening, of course, to all of these cannabis stocks. Now, I am in this one, this TGTX. I took this one just before the video. Take a look at it on the daily chart. This was pointed out to me by one of the members in the room, and he said, what about this one? I thought, wow, okay, yeah, it's very, very interesting. Look at the break. This is the break today that it's making out of here. You look left, I'm not saying it's going to get up to 1228, but it has a chance to start to fill this void, just fill the void. That's all we're looking for. So I'm in this one at 930. So it hasn't moved. Hasn't moved too much. Well, we'll put it right there. No, not an alert. Sorry, I just want to put a mark. Approximately right there. So we'll see what happens. This is one I might hold, depending on how it closes. And that, man, I didn't trade very much, but I mean the CANN certainly made up for everything. It you know, I said yesterday maybe a New Year's resolution for me is not to so overtrade. Sometimes it's difficult as a moderator of a room because you're constantly looking for ideas, you know, to share with the room. Other great traders in the room are popping in ideas all day long. Typically in the past, I would only trade maybe 3 or 4 times a day. So I am going to try to maybe trade a little bit less, you know, and try to. It's not that I'm, you know, this is not saying this isn't quality, but in the past, what I probably would have done would let this one move a little bit more to make sure this is a decent, a really, really good break out of here. But anyway, we'll see. And again, I'm not sure if I'm going to be holding this at all. Depends on how it closes today. All right. Well, I want to get back into the room. I'm sure there's lots of interesting things are still happening. What I want to do is just bring back the capture program. There you are. So, any questions for me? Just use this email address. This is the link to get into our free room and a link for a subscription. And I'll open the room tomorrow at about 9 o'clock Eastern Time. Start to share my screen and get live on the mic. So, everybody have a great evening, and we'll see you in the trading room tomorrow. Bye-bye.